guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been legitimately forever since I have posted a video. So much stuff has been going on lately that I just haven't had the time to really sit down and put as much effort as I normally would into a video. Things have just been crazy hectic. I mean, it is insane. It feels like I haven't even had a second to breathe, but I am back. I'm better. So if you guys want to know how I got this look, please keep watching. Could I technically just put my hair back like a messy bun or something? Yes, but I'm extra and I wanted this. I'm going to go ahead and quickly do my brows off camera just to get the ball rolling a little bit, and I will be right back in a second. So my eyebrows are done, my eyelid is prepped and primed and ready to roll. I am going to be using several different palettes today. The first palette that I'm going to dip into is the 35O by Morphe. I'm going to dip into this color right here, and then I'm taking my M441, which is like my all-time favorite blending brush, and I'm just gently working that onto my eyelid. This shade is going to act as my transition shade. I'm using like windshield wiper motions toward the inner corner. And then as I get to the outer corner, I'm going to do gentle little circles. And this is going to help the product disperse more widely and give you that smoky blowout effect that we're going to be going for. So taking that same brush after I have wiped off the remaining powder, which by the way, I'm sure most of you have heard of the Veramona color switch. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative to that, literally the same freaking thing. Going back into that Morphe 35O, I'm going to dip it to this shade right here. And as always, I'm going to start where I want the most pigmentation, which is right here in the outer corner. It's where we want it to be the darkest. And I'm just going to do small little circular motions downward, and then bring it back up again just to really disperse the product, and then back in toward the inner corner. So next I'm going to dip into one of my favorite palettes ever, the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, and I'm going to dip into the shade right here. Switching brushes to the R37 by Morphe, I'm going to apply this shade on the outer corner first, and then start blending and buffing it out, and then I'm going to start working it more toward the inner corner as most of the color is off of the brush. Staying with the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to dip into this brown shade right here. And I'm going to be applying this with the M431 by Morphe. It's just a pencil brush. Taking my M441 brush again, I'm going to go ahead and start blending this out. I'm going to take some of that brown powder again on my M441 and then gently start blending it out some more. And this is also going to add some depth. Now I'm going to dip into this really deep chocolatey sort of brown right here. Using the M433, what I like to do is just dab the color where I want it to go. I'm going to gently start buffing that in. Staying away, far away from that right there. Switching to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, I'm going to be using this beautiful gold shade right here in Pyramid. I'm going to spread my brush with some Fix Plus and then apply the shade to my lid. For the inner part of my lid, I'm going to grab my Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow in Diamond Dust. I like to put it on the back of my hand. And then I'm dipping in with a Luxie Beauty flat definer brush. This is the 221. I'm going to try to be as precise as you can be. Dipping back into the darkest brown shade that we used and a flat definer brush. This is the Sigma E13, I believe. It's just a flat definer brush. For lashes today, I'm going to be using these ones by the Ardell Faux Mink Lookbook. This is the 814. And then to cover the lash band, I'm just going to use some liquid liner. This is the one by NYX. And I'm going to highlight my brow bone really quickly using this shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I am the type of person that likes to highlight the inner corner and do the lower lash line shadow after I do my foundation, because I have a thing about that. I know that some people do the eyeshadow first, but not that person, because it mixes and then I have to go over it anyway and I don't like it. To prep my skin, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm. This stuff smells really good. It's got like a light scent, so If you're not really into makeup with a really harsh fragrance, this will be great for you. However, if you have oily skin, steer away from it because this has shea in it, which is really moisturizing. And honestly, guys, it's a prep and hydrate balm. It says it right there in the name. So if you have super, super oily skin, I would, like I said, skip this because it's not gonna help you. This has got vitamin E in it too. Oh, it feels so good. Okay. I don't always get to use this because I have dry combo skin, so sometimes my skin allows me to use stuff like this. And other times my skin is like, I have dry combo skin, so the outer perimeter of my face is pretty normal to dry. And then my T-zone right here gets oily. It feels so nice. It has like this cooling effect. Even though I love the balm and how it makes my skin feel, it makes it feel nice and moisturized and supple and just hydrated. It doesn't exactly make my makeup stay on longer, and it definitely doesn't fill in my pores. So I'm going to take the Professional, and I'm only going to use this on my T-zone because that is where I have the biggest problem with my pores. And just like I did with the balm, I'm going to go over it with my Beauty Blender just to really press it into the skin. I just want to make sure that there's no gump or goop, because that would not make my foundation look cute. So after I've let my primer sit and have time to form that protective barrier over my face, I am going to do my foundation. I'm mixing today. I always mix. I just like it, okay? I feel like a scientist. I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in shade Ivory Nude. And I'm using the Dior Skin Air Flash in shade 100. These two things right here. So what I like to do is shake the Dior Skin. This is probably hands down one of my favorite foundations ever. You can apply this foundation a couple different ways. You can, after shaking it, obviously, you can spray it directly onto your Beauty Blender like that and then start dabbing it into your skin. Personally, my favorite way to apply it is to just spray it right on the face and then start buffing it in. I love this foundation because it just makes my skin look so airbrushed and beautiful. But because that foundation is so hella expensive, I like to mix it with a fuller coverage foundation. So I just apply it to the back of my hand and then dip my Beauty Blender into it and then gently start dabbing it in. My favorite thing about the Dior Air Flash isn't necessarily the coverage. It doesn't have bad coverage or anything. It's just, my favorite thing about it is how flawless it makes my skin look. Like I said, it just looks freaky airbrushed. And then the Double Wear is just a really full coverage, long-lasting foundation. So you add the two and it's just like a perfect, beautiful cocktail. I love it. And you don't need to go super crazy and add like a whole bunch of foundation, because even though the foundation is full coverage, I'm still going in with concealer. So we like the cake, but we don't like to look like we like the cake. So I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair. It's my favorite concealer. You don't need a lot of the stuff. I say that every time and then I put like a heap a lot. If you're a normal person, you don't need a lot. But if you're like me, which is the furthest thing you could possibly get from normal, layer it on. So in the spirit of the holidays, I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to be cream contouring with the Smashbox Step by Step Contour Stick. It is a little on the orange side, but you can make it work. So what I love about it is that it is a stick, so you can kind of control exactly where you want it to go. So this is where my usual line would go right here, but I like to do it a little bit above that because when I blend it, it's going to diffuse. I also like to put a line right here, a line right here, I do like cream contours. When I first started doing my makeup and learning about contouring, I only ever used cream. Of course, now I know that powders look more natural than creams. Creams can still look natural depending on how you use them. Creams are usually very pigmented, and so obviously it may not look as natural as a powder would per se. I love this contour stick. It's so nice and creamy. It's super easy to blend. So now I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. And you're done. Just kidding. So I'm going to go ahead and contour my lips. When I use powder, I'll put some of the contour powder right here just to give a little bit of a shadow. But when I cream contour, I do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to take my contour stick and I'm going to add a little stripe right here. Right there. And then right here in the middle. And blend this out. Do you see how it gives kind of like a shadow? Looks kind of crazy right now, but it'll all come together, I promise. So I'm going to hurry up really quickly and blend out my concealer under my eye, make sure there's no creases. And then per usual, I'm going to put some RMCA No Color powder underneath my eyes. And if you thought I was done with my contour, you are wrong, because I'm now going to go in with the Kevin Kwan Medium Sculpting Powder and my favorite contouring brush on the planet right now. This is the M530, this guy right here. Have off the excess, and then I'm just going to dab and then blend. And what this does is set it, and then once I have that light layer on there to set, I can then blend it without the cream underneath moving around. And then to set my nose and lip contour, I'm going to take this brush right here. This is just an Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I got it with the Prism kit. I don't know. And it's okay if it gets a little dark, because you're going to blend that out with powder anyway. It's going to be fine, I promise. So then I'm going to take in my Morphe GO brush right here with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder in Fair. Start buffing away everything. And as we go over our nose contour with this brush, it's going to make it a little bit less harsh. Going back to my eyes for a minute. So taking the Morphe M432, which is just a flat definer brush, I'm going to dip into the Prism palette, again my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to dip into Throne. So then I'm going to take the Morphe M321. I'm going to dip into this pretty blue color right here from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. And then to line my lower lash line, I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Cobalt. I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line using the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. And because I want a super serious glow, I'm going to be using the Ofra and Nikki Tutorials Highlighter Glazed Donut. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my inner corner with this, because it's the holidays and I need to be glowing brighter than the lights on that tree. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm also going to highlight my nose and my lip. So for blush today, I'm going to be using the High Definition Blush in Pink the Town by NYX. And I'm going to be using my favorite blush brush, which is the Morphe Y4. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips really quickly using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil. And this is in Bad Blood. And because I couldn't find the exact lip color that I wanted in my pile of lipsticks, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette and using this red shade right here. I'm not a huge fan of lipsticks because I talk a lot, and so regular lipsticks just tend to come off and liquid lipsticks just last longer on me. But these lipsticks by Anastasia Beverly Hills are the bomb. They're super creamy. They're super easy to blend. They're not drying. These last longer than most other lipsticks do on me, and they're not sheer. So the final step is going to be to set my brows now that all my powders and everything are done. I mean, I technically could have done it back when I finished my eye, but I forgot. Better late than never. So I'm going to be using the Benefit Gimme Brow in shade 5. So to set my face, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Okay guys, so this is it. This is the finished look. I love it. I think it's beautiful and festive. It's everything. I'm looking in the mirror right now. I know I should be looking at you guys, but I can't stop looking at me. conceited. This look would be perfect for Christmas or a holiday party, going to Target, going to the bank, going to the corner store. I mean, this look is just everything. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this look. I hope that you enjoyed getting ready with me today. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to know whenever I post a new video, hit the notification bell. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye! And then I'm going to set my face using the Urban Decay's. The Urban Decay's? Oh my god, I am not in New Orleans. Yes, I like it. The Dior Skin Air Flash in shade... Oh.